We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry... Oh, hey, awesome people. Welcome back to my channel and Merry Christmas. I'm so happy that you can join me for this video, and if this is after Christmas, I hope that you had a joyous, blessed time with family and friends. But today, I wanted to share with you an exciting new build, an exciting new quick tutorial that I came up with. I want to share with you my build for a Christmas rocket sled. Before we get into the build, here are the resources that you're going to need. The two resources at the bottom are if you want to use a white chest, but I prefer to use the Dr. Doom chests on mine, which you'll see in a little bit. So now, let's head out of here. So ho ho ho, and let's go! And as you see over here, I have put together a special place that we can build this together, and you can follow along as I show you how to do this. Here is what we're going to build. This is my Christmas rocket sled, and I've gone through a couple of iterations, made a few changes here and there to smooth things out. And without any further ado, let's quickly change into a more appropriate outfit to do this build. Here we go. This is sled ready guff, so I thought that was a bit more appropriate. And without any further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a jack up here. I prefer to use the big jack because it helps me to get underneath things nicely. I am in my sandbox world, so I'm able to fly around, and we're going to go to floor pieces. And in the filters, we are going to select the Shogun Palace pieces. Because this thing is nice and sturdy, we are going to use the Ancient Thin Floor 3. For our first one, we're going to put 4 of these next to one another to start off our build. And then we are going to go to the Ancient Floor 1. And we're going to snap it, nudge it one over, and then snap it over here. And this is the base for our build, to make it nice and strong. And now we are going to go over to the Ancient Thin Floor number 2, and we're going to put it on top here on the edge, and then nudge it over 1. See, so it just hangs over a little bit. Flip it over so the edges aren't all exactly the same. Nudge it over 1 once again, and flip it around again, and nudge it over again. And you can follow along here. We're going to put this one on top, and this one we're not nudging it forward. We are putting it on top exactly the same. This one we're going to put on top and nudge it back 1. And here we go. This is going to give you this nice curved shape like an actual sled. And now moving on, we are going to go to Ancient Thin Floor number 1, and we're going to put it right over here. We're going to use 4 of these. We'll put it 1 on this side, and then 1 in the back on this side, and 1 on the other side. There we go. Now we're going to go back to our Ancient Floor number 2, and we're going to nudge it over 2 like this, so it lines up with the other ones. And we're going to go back to the Ancient Thin Floor number 2 and nudge it over and nudge it back all the way so it is flush at the end like this, leaving a little funny gap there, but that's not important. Okay, now next we are going to go over to our chest. Let's remove our filters, and then we are going to go to the Doom chest. That's what I like to use, but you can go over to the large chest if that's what you prefer for more storage, but I prefer the Doom chest. I think it looks really nice. We are going to push it back all the way, and there we go. You'll see it's flush with that piece in the back. I think it looks really nice with this build, and it's more than enough storage with our new expanded storage spaces. We'll grab a small seat and put it right here in the middle. We don't need anything else. If you like to, you can put something else, but this is what I went with. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get these activated balloons. We're going to put it as far back here as we can go, in line with the back of the chest, and 1 on this side, 1 here in the front, and on this side's a little bit funny. You have to line it up here and nudge it over 1 so it lines up nicely. You see there's a little gap there that looks funny, but it works. So now that we have everything, this is our basic shape, and now we're going to go to the bottom of our build to do some decoration down here. Firstly, we are going to go down to our small thruster because we are going to flip some things over For this build, we are going to take our right fender first, and we're going to line it up with the bottom or the top of this, and we're going to nudge it over until we get it to the end. Right there in the corner, we can nudge it over and back. Nudge it over so it's red, and then when it's green and you see here, it's right there in the corner, and that's exactly what we want. We're going to take the right fender again, and we're going to do the opposite corner. Flip it around, push it all the way to the top, nudge it over until it's red, and nudge it back, and then nudge it over till it's red and back, and then we have it right there in the corner, exactly where we want it to be. Now we're going to go over to the left fender, and we're going to do the exact same thing for the other corners that are still open. Line it up to the top, nudge it forward, and then nudge it over. You'll see it's red. We'll shove it until we'll nudge it until it's green, and there we go, right in the corner where we want it to be. And then we're going to take that left fender, and one more time for the last corner that's still open, line it up, take it all the way to the top, flip it around, and then nudge it over all the way into the corner. Go until it's red, nudge it back, till it's red, nudge it back, and then we have it exactly where we want it to be. Now we want to connect these things because the fenders aren't as strong as the pinewood, so this, I put this jack in the wrong place, so let's just put a new jack in quickly, and then we can remove this one, and we can remove this thruster. We don't need it anymore because we can just line up our flooring pieces. We can go back to our filter and to the Shogun so that we can get those frostpine pieces that are nice and durable. We're going to go back to the ancient thin floor 3, and we're going to line up to this fender, nudge it until it's in place, and then we're going to put it right there, and I'll show you here, right there where it's in line with the bottom of the fender. And we're going to go to the ancient thin floor 2, snap it to the end, and you see it fits perfectly. Now we're going to do this on the other side as well. Nudge it, snap it in place with the other one, and we can just nudge it over until it's lined up with the fenders on this side. Go back to the ancient thin floor 2, snap it, flip it, and it is in place. And there we go. That is the bottom of our sled. And this is pretty much the build. So we can take this jack away. All we're going to do now is we're going to add some thrusters to give it some speed and momentum. Let's clear these filters, and then we go back to our toys and get the small thrusters. On the back, we're going to put 2 just to give us a little bit of extra speed. This is all personal preference. You can do it whichever way you want. If you want to put a big thruster on there, they're more than welcome to. But these thrusters that we're going to use for turning are a little bit tricky. Sometimes they don't work right away. Yes, and it seems like they are not going to line up. I like to line them up on the inside of these fenders, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So it's easy fix. We just need to log out quickly and log back in. And now let's try it again and see. It should work. Yes, there we go. It works. So you just want to line it up on the inside of that fender, like as far inside as you can go. You can see it sticking in on the inside here, hanging over a little bit. So we'll just do that. They're exactly the same on this side. And these are going to be our turning thrusters. So just line it up like that. And the reason I do it like that, you'll see in a little bit, I put a small trim on the edge, and otherwise that's in the way. But let's first program these to the different channels. So we'll put these 2 ones on the channel 1 for going forward. This will be our channel 2 for turning right. And this will be our channel 3 for turning left, so we can just keep it on that. And then all our activated balloons will stay on channel 4 for when we want to fly or get out of a pickle. Man, they made these things light. You hardly touch them and they just go flying. Okay, so that's it. That's the build. I really like how this turned out, so let's celebrate. I'm so glad that I finally got this build out for you guys, and let's show you guys how it turns. Oh, wait. No, I forgot. I need to put the trim pieces on. So let's go to filter, and we're going to go to the tomato temple pieces, which is all the way at the bottom here. And we're going to use some of the roof trims. I'll show you now. They kind of look like icicles, so you can use a zesty molding Ep3, and you can just kind of line them up. You need to scoot them over maybe a little bit. Just line them up over there. They kind of look like icicles, which is why I like putting them on there. I think it just kind of rounds it off a little nicely. And we're going to nudge it over just a little bit so it lines up with those other floor pieces we already have on there. And we'll do the other side. This again is all personal preference. You don't have to do these if you don't like that, if you just want to keep it simple, or you can do something else. But this is what I like putting on there. And now I can show you guys how we go sled riding with these bad boys. So yeah, let's ho and let's go. Jump in here. And yeah, let's maneuver this bad boy around a little bit. Wait, I want to go up. Slowly up. Why is this going so slowly? Did they mess around with balloons again? Maybe? I don't know. This is moving really slow when I'm trying to get up. Okay, let's just push it out of the way a little bit. And then we'll just follow this path that I made back to my winter's cabin. Slowly up. Yeah, no, this is not how it was working before. I don't know what's going on. So let's just go forward. Okay, and here we are. We are moving forward slowly, and this path, this thing, I don't think is for precision flying, obviously, and precision driving, but it will definitely get you where you need to go. And you can flip it, you can crash it, you can bounce it. Nothing's gonna happen to it. This thing is tough as nails, and I'm not doing a very good job of showing how well it can drive and fly, but trust me, if there are better pilots and drivers out there than I, which I'm sure they are, you guys will be able to maneuver this thing very good. But for exploration purposes, when you don't need to be very precise and you just need to get from point A to point B, this thing is great. It's light, it's durable as heck. Nothing is gonna break this thing. It'll just go all over the show. And yeah, it's a nice fun theme, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. And finally, almost there. So slow. There we go. Okay, let's just park it over here and we can get out. And yes, we did it. I got it close to the winter cabin. Thank you for enduring that with me. I hope that you enjoyed this build. And yeah, I'm proud of how this thing turned out. I think it looks really cool. I think it's cute and I think it works. Now let's get back in the cabin here to finish this video off. And I just want to thank you guys all for the support during the year, for sticking by me and for subbing. And I really hope that you will consider using my code Legion_XVII if you are buying something in the item shop. And I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year, and that you have a joyous, fun and loving time with family and friends. And I look forward to spending lots of joyous time with you guys in the new year. But until then, take care, God bless, Merry Christmas, and goodbye.